Hey guys, and welcome to Mixed Nuts. Finny and I are in Birkenhead, one of my favorite places on the shore, or in Auckland for that matter, and very close to where we live. Hey Finny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now today we're gonna go on a book hunt, find some books for inspiration. So I will show you, here for you too. I will show you what we find very shortly. Hey guys, so we just got back from the Hospice bookshop in Birkenhead, and here are the finds. So, the Hospice bookshop is one of my favorite places to go to look for inspiration. I love finding books, and they've got board games, and basically I just love things with illustration and different illustrations and different ideas, and I don't mind what it is. Some of these are for Finn, but to be honest, they're just as much for me because this is, for example, an old Thomas book. Some of these are published in the 70s, 80s, 60s, all sorts. And they change through the years. I find that I like looking at the different styles of illustration. They really inspire me. It just sparks ideas. I really like how some drawings are a little bit cruder than others. Then you've got some stuff that's absolutely beautiful, but they all have their charm in different ways. I love to see different people's art styles. Like you've got something like Garfield, which I've picked up. Collection of comics, obviously. Very, very cool. I love seeing some of these old things. Again, completely different styles. And it's really cool just to see how what different people choose for their art style and how different people interpret and put ideas into drawings. I really, really like it. Another book that I found today, which is really cool, this was $4. It's a Far Side collection, a collection of cartoons by Gary Larson. I was going to say Jim Larson, but Gary Larson. These are pretty funny. Some of them are a little bit over my head. I'm not going to lie. Some of them I don't quite get. Some of them are extremely funny, but I just again like the scenarios and the fact that they put different characters in silly scenarios, like you might have a duck that's coming home after a hard day's work and talking to his wife or something, or you might have a bunch of cows discussing the day's events. It's just really random. Another book for Finny. I love the old Thomas ones. Now the new ones, the 3D ones, they're cool, but nothing beats the old English Postman Pat and Thomas the Tank Engine cartoons, shows. They're not really cartoons. I absolutely love the fact that they used to use these little tiny models and do stop motion animation. It was really, really cool. And the original Postman Pat was it's one of my favorite shows. Just all the little houses and the village, the way it's just crafted. It's beautiful. I do like 3D stuff. I do find that unless it's a high budget production, it tends to not have the same feel. It feels a little bit artificial, and I don't quite enjoy it as much of these old things. That's possibly just me, but I do think that a lot of people probably do feel the same. Now here is another little thing I found today, and this one is quite interesting. This was $1, and I've never seen this before. And if you just look at the illustration, I mean, okay, so they are quite crude. They're almost like kids' drawings, right? On the backside you see the different characters in the series. I didn't really want to get all of them because it's not something that I'm definitely yet interested in. I might, once I read it, there was quite a few there, by the way. Once I do read it, then maybe I'll like it and want to pick up more. But these are the illustration. It almost looks like it's colored in with if you look closely at the letters, with a marker. Now I do want to experiment with styles in my games, and I want to try doing, I guess, different medium. I'd love to do a game with little models. Oh, definitely, Finny. But just gotta wait for Daddy to finish his video. I really want to try different medium, like felt pens and coloring pencils. It would be really cool to do games with different styles. Even, make a game where every level is just like a little funny drawing in a different style or something, or has illustrations in different styles. So one could be felt pen. You can see these drawings, yeah. One could be a felt pen, one could be coloring pencil, and so on. Anyway, so yeah, really inspirational. The one other thing I wanted to say about this one, I'll just show the camera one more time, Finny, and then you can have it. One thing I wanted to say about this one, that it is very much English, because it's the tale of Lori Jalopy, and it seems like it's kind of trying to be a little bit like Mr. Men, and now they also have Little Miss, which is really cool. Love reading those two, Finny. I don't know. I have a feeling Mr. Men came first, because that's the really famous one. I might have to do a little bit of research on it, but yeah, it does seem like this is a very, very much take on Mr. Men. Now, the last one I found is this Play Hour Annual, and I really like these types of books. They're just collections of different stories and things. And what I love about them is that exactly what I was just saying before, that every page basically has different pictures. So you might have something really colorful on one page, a comic on the other, and join the dots. Lots of little puzzles. And if you know me, if you've played some of my old Flash games, you'd know that I love making variety type stuff. Just, I like little snippet, tiny coffee break games, tiny coffee break levels, which are all different, and I really enjoy that style of game. And again, because they were obviously saving on printing, then one page is, maybe just two colors and a maze, and more comics and stories. And over here we've got, which is bigger, mouse, elephant type of thing. Again, little puzzles. Be a fun little game, that one actually. More stuff. Love these sort of books. I do have a couple of them in my bookcase, and I really enjoy looking through these just to get a bit of, the creative ideas flowing and stuff. So really enjoyed this trip to the hospice actually. Finny was a really good boy. As I said before, some of these books are for him, so he was enjoying helping me pick some out. And yeah, might wait a little while till they restock some books and go back again and try and do another little hunt and see what I can find. I would love to see if I can find some board games, puzzles, old board games that I now and then. You okay, monkey?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you do have your bottle there, right? Yeah, some board games that I might be like from the 60s, etc. I have seen a while ago a Scooby-Doo board game that I've never seen in another place, and I wish I got it at the time, but I didn't. So I've really got to try and get my hands on these things when I can. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode, guys, and I will see you in the next Mixed Nuts.